What is up, Ninja communities? MC Ninja 38 here, and I am back with another epic rap battles of history reaction. And this time, we have Thanos versus J. Robert Oppenheimer. Now, everyone who knows Marvel knows who Thanos is. Anyone who's been watching the recent movies, like Endgame, Infinity War, knows who Thanos is. J. Robert Oppenheimer. Theoretical physicist who was involved in the creation of the atomic bomb and was on site for the Manhattan Project, which was the testing of the first atomic bomb in New Mexico. A deserted area in New Mexico. I can't think of the name of the place right off the bat. So, I did my research this time because last time I did my research, but I mean, I kind of watched it beforehand, so my apologies on that. This one, fresh palette. Did research beforehand. Once I saw it release and saw who it was. Now let me get my cursor off the screen there. That's probably annoying. So, let's get into this one. So it looks like for Oppenheimer, since it was World War II timey, they're going with an older style footage, which I'm also gonna be expecting older time audio, which they did before, but they didn't do it with Jacques Cousteau versus Steve Irwin. They did like the older, the film sparks for Jacques Cousteau, but they didn't make his audio in quality of that time. But I know they've done it before in a different battle. I'm trying to think which one it was. I might have to go back and look at that to see which one it was, but I know they did it before. I meant to stop it after they said his name, but still on his like outfit, like right here. Let's actually go back to the full view of it just so we can. So this is, they were trying to go for it, but they left out the helmet, which is a bit of a downfall to me. You probably could have played off the size of his head better if you would have used the helmet. Because that's the only thing that seems off to me, is the size of his head isn't really to scale with the movies. And it looks like they kind of went cheap on the outfit instead of doing what we would expect, his full set of armor. They just have this.
I am inevitable, immeasurable, inexorable, monstrous.
Okay, playing off of the most quoted Thanos line in Endgame, I am inevitable. Jesus Christ, like I said, I can't talk today. I don't know if I like that.
With bars weighing on you harder than your haunting guilty conscience, I am Thanos, and I crush tracks like tesseracts in my paw.
So guilty conscious. That is, I think that's referencing to the fact that Oppenheimer was fine with the first bombing of Hiroshima in Japan, but he thought that the bombing of Nagasaki was too much, and that was really what set him to want to ban his own creation, pretty much, was the fact that the United States kind of overused it and bombed both Hiroshima and Nagasaki. He thought just Hiroshima was fine, but the United States and President at the time, Theodore Roosevelt, decided, hey, no, we need to do both Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And he was against that.
You're a pencil-pushing Terran who never learned to love his bomb.
And now it's going to show he never loved his bomb, as in, like, not only was he the creator of it, but he was the #1 activist for banning it. It's kind of funny. It is kind of funny, and I do agree with them playing off of that one.
Seems you started off a chemist, and on your world you were a prodigy. Well, that makes sense, cause your rhymes are only hot periodically.
There has to be something that references hot periodically. It's got to be something. It's somewhere in theoretical physics, but I want to say it has something to do with quantum mechanics. Either that or it's just basic chemistry, and I'm just an idiot.
And I burned the Avengers down to embers, sent half your planet to be slaughtered, and now I'm off in Oppenheimer like I did to my daughter.
Okay. Now he's referencing how he sacrificed his daughter for I want to say it was the Reality Stone. I know it was one of the stones, but I want to say it was the Reality Stone.
Got a physical when I'm rapping, 6 infinity gems when I'm packing. Stick your tiny nuclear dick back into your pants, Dr. Manhattan.
So, Dr. Manhattan saying, well, he was known for the Manhattan Project. Like, that's the biggest thing he's known for. That's what got him political recognition, was the Manhattan Project. Now he wants to reference the Manhattan Project. But I think it's also referencing the affair he had, or one of them. Oppenheimer had some issues.
Hadron smashing all your atoms. Best not collide with me when I'm rhyming.
So now he's going after basic nuclear fusion, because the essence of nuclear fusion is two nuclei of an atom smashing together, and thus taking two of either the same or different materials, and now making a completely new material. Nuclear fusion 101.
Cause you break and bleed so easy. I think I'll call you Oppenheimer. It's impossible to Tommy Oppie. You just don't have the stone. Apparently the only thing you're good at wrecking is a hole.
Okay. Saying you don't have the stones, that's... Only thing you're good at is wrecking a home. Now, that one is another nuclear bomb reference, because, you know, obliterates everything. That's not true, though. That's not true. The gate of Nagasaki is still standing after the nuclear explosion. That is a shining example of Japanese architecture right there. The gate of Nagasaki is still standing after the nuclear detonation.
Cause you slept with your friend's wife right there in your friend's bed, then got another married girl pregnant. You should have gone for the head.
To basically get off to a fellatio.
Listening to you took everything I have left. After your raps, I am become deaf.
Ooh. From the comparison of Oppenheimer to Destroyer of Worlds, I am become death, but I am become death, as in you can no longer hear. Good one.
You need an Iron Man for that wrinkly ass skin and that butt,
Yeah.
butt chin. Here we go now. Where's your rhythm? I thought you had the time stone. Your punchline sound like they came from Rhyme Zone. You might be something in the MCU, but between us, who's the worst MCU?
Ooh, this man's just wrecked Thanos in one bar. that was dope. So obviously MCU. So MCU is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So he said, who's the worst MC, as in mic controller? You. Nice.
Your dialogue's got too many breaks in the syllable. You talk so slow, Drax thinks you're invisible. I cause chain reactions when I'm lyrical, cause I've got that fissile material. You were born.
Ooh. It's referencing fissile material, which is anything that can continue a fissile chain reaction. And he was known for, while he was still active in the whole nuclear weapons development, he was known for using uranium-235 instead of plutonium-239 inside of the nuclear warhead. Now, plutonium-239 was also a fissile material, but it wasn't as effective as uranium-235.
Into Eternals, but came out looking so scary that your own mother tried to make you a temporary.
Ooh. I think this was from the comics. His own mother wanted him dead. I think he's referring to the comics.
Meanwhile, I've mastered the atom more than any man alive. Now I'm here to split you like 2 and 3 from 5.
And there it is. There's the uranium-235 reference I was talking about earlier.
I'm a peaceful man, but I do what I must. You had an evil plan, Thanos, and it left you in the dust.
Referencing to the fact that in the end, Thanos was the one that was turned to dust. Tony Stark, true legend, true hero, sacrificed himself to defeat Thanos.
It must leave you enraged when you compare our talents, because in this battle, there is no balance.
There is no balance, because that's Thanos' whole motto, is restoring balance in the universe. And that's why half of all living life in the universe must die.
For a communist pariah, you come off as awfully cocky.
I don't understand that. I don't understand how Oppenheimer came off as a communist in any way. All he was advocating for was prevention of nuclear proliferation. That was his main thing. I didn't see anything of him at all endorsing communism.
But I'll make you bend the knee in round 2 like Nagasaki.
Now that Thanos is coming back to the whole thing, I don't know if I can count that, just because he already used that. He already used that whole thing with the whole you didn't love your own bomb or whatever. Because this is literally just the same thing. Like round 2 of Nagasaki. I don't know if I can count that as a banger, just because he already used it and now he's using it again.
I'm the box office topper, the Marvel showstopper. Got my name on this win like it's the Thanos copter.
No. Just stop. Now he's hurting himself. He's hurting himself. Thanos copter? Why bring out the meme? I don't understand.
You just got no answer for Fortnite's dopest dancer.
He's doing it again. He's only hurting himself for Fortnite's dopest dancer. Come on. Come on. Even people who play Fortnite don't endorse the whole Thanos thing. Besides, accrediting yourself with Fortnite as an accomplishment. Jesus Christ. Like I said, I cannot talk. You're just hurting yourself at this point, Thanos. Just stop. Stop.
I will low-key choke you out like my name was throat cancer.
Okay. Now you're bringing it back. Oppenheimer's whole thing with throat cancer because he was a chain smoker. Nice. Now you brought it back a little bit. You did something right. You didn't have to do the Fortnite dancer thing, but now you actually did something.
You want to talk about death? How about the one that looked at you and swiped left?
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Even Death didn't want him because of when he was supposed to take Thor's axe to the head. But it hit his shoulder.
The destroyer of worlds, you got your nuts handed to you by a squirrel, girl.
Okay. Now he's fully referencing I am Death, destroyer of worlds. And then Squirrel Girl. I can't think of her name, but it was the one that said, "You took everything from me." It's like, I get the reference, but I just can't think of her name. Shows how much attention I paid when watching that movie. I mean, I paid attention. I know what transpired. It's just names I don't know. Unless they're like the really popular ones. And everyone, and like anyone in their sister could name. Even people who haven't watched the movies. Or at least the latest movies, as in like the newest ones.
We're in the end game now, Tinky Winky.
Not only did he reference Endgame, the movie, but he also called him Tinky Winky, the purple Teletubby. Nice.
A physicist like Ant-Man, all up in your stinky.
Oh, yeah. How people were theorizing that Ant-Man could easily just win by making up Thanos' ass. That's funny.
Anyone who believes that Thanos did nothing wrong crap has obviously never heard you rap. Oh, snap.
Ooh, okay. Because there's fans out there that like to think that Thanos did nothing wrong. Okay. And he said anyone who believes that has never heard him rap. And then he did the oh snap, as in like the snap at the end of both movies. Yeah, like Thanos snapping at the end of Infinity War when half of all life in the universe gets blown to the dust, including our precious Spider-Man. Wait, what am I talking about? When it comes to the MCU, my main character is Deadpool. I would have to say, I'm going to say Oppenheimer just barely took it. I want to say Oppenheimer just barely took it. 2 reasons. Thanos went against himself twice by saying Thanos copter. The Thanos copter thing was just bad in my eyes. And then saying he was Fortnite's greatest dancer. Really bad in my eyes. So Thanos took 2 negatives for that. And that Tinky Winky line from Oppenheimer, that was my favorite line. A second favorite would have been, "You couldn't love your own bomb," from Thanos. That one hit hard. So Thanos was really good with the references. I just didn't like his flow. Oppenheimer made decent use of the references and kept a decent flow. So that's another reason I'm leaning towards Oppenheimer on this. But if you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to hit that like button down below. Also, don't forget to check out everyone else in the description below. And if you're new to any of our channels, to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.